Hello, this is Ben Hearn, and I'm doing another market watch for the month of November for the zip code 19072, so both Narberth and Penn Valley. I did one of these last month as well. If you missed that, let me know, and I can send you a link to the collection of homes. And I'll be sharing my screen in a little bit, and I'm going to have another collection of homes. And it's basically homes that have had some sort of real estate activity for the month of November, whether they are newly active, if they had a price drop, if they went under contract or pending, or if they were closed. So there was a decent amount of homes because, Narberth and Penn Valley together have a decent amount of homes in them. And before we go to the real estate activity for November, I wanted to show you, I guess, a graph showing what the amount of home sales looked like for the past year and a half-ish, just so you guys can kind of understand what the market looks like, because I'm sure everyone has heard a lot of things about what's going on with the market. And then also this collection that I'll show you is shareable, so I'll have a link to that in the email. And you can share that link with somebody if you want, if they're interested in the area, and it's completely interactive. So I'm going to go through the homes and look at the pictures and click on it, and you can do the same thing with it. And then if you're interested in other areas, let me know. I can send you that as well, whether it's like Wynwood, Conshohocken, or I don't think Royersford, basically anywhere in our MLS. I'll have access to, and I can share all this stuff with you. So again, before we get started on the actual homes that had activity last month, I am going to show you kind of what the timeline has been looking like for the last year and a half in 19072. The orange are closed sales, the light blue are new pendings, and then the dark blue are new listings. And historically, the spring market is the busiest market, and then people go on vacation and whatnot in the summer, so it slows down. Fall picks back up a touch, and then winter really falls off just because the holidays are tough and it's cold. People don't want to go outside, I suppose. And so last summer, July 2020, you can see there was a whole lot of pendings, good amount of closed sales, and good amount of actives. And as with everything at that point in time, take that with a grain of salt, because the pandemic kind of pushed things back. And you can just see throughout the time, pretty steady. December fell off a bit, January fell off a bit, February. So that's kind of when the spring market in our area kicks off, like mid-February, after the big football game. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that name. Spring, you can see there was a whole lot. June, there was a lot more new listings. You probably expect that a little early in the spring. And then the summer kind of died off, and then picked back up again in October. So in October, 2 months ago, there were 17 closed sales, 15 new pendings, and 21 new listings. We don't have the data yet for November. That information comes out in the middle of the month. If you are interested in that, again, just let me know and I can send that to you. And then I can send you something that has all the, actually I can show it to you right now. Actually, nope, I lied. All right, so I'm going to, sorry, let's just pretend that didn't happen. So here's the market watch for November. And this is, again, Narberth and Penn Valley. And this is homes that have had some kind of activity. So starting off, we have 2 homes in Narberth proper, not Penn Valley, actual Narberth, listed for 1.5, which is just nuts if you're from Narberth. I was born and raised in Narberth, lived there my whole life until college. So it's just pretty interesting seeing what Narberth has become now. There's $1.5 million homes there now. So again, all the stuff that I'm doing on here, you are also able to do. And you can see all these pictures. You can go through the pictures. You can click on it to get more info. So we can see that this has been listed for 18 days on the market. And it gives some quick price, beds, baths, square footage. One thing to note, especially with public sites as well, the square footage doesn't necessarily mean above ground square foot. And that's usually what people think of when they think of like 2,000 or 2,500 square foot home. They think above ground. But sometimes these sites, if it has a finished basement, it will include that and put that into the square footage. So that's just reason number, I don't know, 65, where you have to see a home in person just to get a feel for it and the flow and everything. 102 Elmwood, so that's the new construction. So if you drive by there, you know, you'll see. One thing to note with new constructions, they often just have like a base price. So 1.5 is the base price. And then if you want, you know, certain kind of like tiles that you want or cabinets that you want, you can work with the builder and probably have to pay more for that. For like finished basements, sometimes like, or finished attics, it might be added on as well. So you might just think like, oh, it's 1.5 and I get, you know, all the bells and whistles. Not all the time. So again, these homes are active. 344 Meeting House Lane. This one is, interestingly enough, a duplex, but it's kind of like, it can work as a single family home anyway. 400 Old Goff. Is that Wynwood? I guess it's Wynwood. I don't know what it's doing here then. It shouldn't be here. But you can see that's 1.3. 609 Contract and State Road. So this one is, I mean, the inside's like, you know, this one's gorgeous and it's going for 175. So just like really nice looking. And something to point out here is the days on market 12 and then cumulative days on market 144. So that happens when a home is on the market for X amount of time, and then they take it off, either withdrawn or temporary off market or some such, and then they put it back on the market. So like on the public sites or whatever, it'll say like 12 days on market, but in total it's been like 144 because it's been active. And you can see, you know, I'm just using this as an example. So it was originally listed at 195, then price change and withdrawn, and then now it's relisted again at 175. So that, you know, that happens. 401 Cardinal Circle, this one just came up, I believe. Yeah, so it's only been active for a day. And that's a 750. Moving on, 728 Contract and State Road, 1195. This has had several price drops. I mean, this is a huge, huge house, huge lot. Like if you see the lot size, 1.27 acres. And it's just a cool looking house. So it's been sitting, but I think it looks nice. 505 Brookhurst, that is back on the market. It was on, and I think they did a price drop. So again, all this stuff I'm doing, you can do the whole thing. You can check out all this stuff if you want. So yeah, so that was listed originally at 599, temporary off, and they put it back at 529. 204-206 Iona Ave, that had a price change as well. Those are like two parcels being sold together. So, you know, you can get creative with the second one if you want, potentially. 510 Homewood Ave, that is actually my listing, and we just did a price drop to 350. This is a cute little home. Underneath those carpets are original hardwood floors, and it's got a cute little front yard and then a nice little back patio. So it's like low maintenance, which is nice if that's what you're into. So those are all the active homes that have had some activity within the last month. So there's some other homes that are also active, but you know, let's say they didn't have a price drop or anything last month, they don't show up on this one. There's one on Summit Road. It's like this gorgeous farmhouse. So that's been active prior to the past month, and they haven't had any adjustment the past month, so it didn't show up. So going on now, we're under contract and pending. I talked about this last time. They're basically the same thing. Pending just means usually that they're through inspection period and or financial contingencies. Active under contract usually means that like they have accepted a contract, but they still got to get through inspections. Usually, it doesn't always mean that way. So Flat Rock Road, this one's under contract. You can see that it went under contract in 5 days, which is pretty quickly. Stacy Road, that one is now pending. So if we check out let's see, so it was on the market for 118 days total. It had a price drop of 29K at one point in early November. Now it's pending. Got some more pendings. Bryn Mawr for 750, 944 Summit. That's been pending for a while for just over $1 million. 432 Fawn Hill Lane. This house was gorgeous looking as well. That lasted like a week, so that's pending. So a lot of these pending homes also, like, maybe they will close for more or less than what that price shows, and you don't find out until it's like, in public records. So when they close, that's when the information will get out as to what it actually closed for. So those numbers that you see, like right here for the pending homes, that might not be exactly what it closed for. Lantwin Lane right there on the corner, that is pending for just under 450. Now we have the closed homes. 112 Dudley for 1.125. That was above, so that was decently above. That lasted 5 days. And let's see, so it was listed at 1.075, closed for 1.125. So yeah, the market that's still above asking is not unheard of. And this home, this was really nice. You can see the dark, let's see, where is it? So the kitchen right there, that kind of color is coming in a little bit more. The agreeable gray might be phasing out in 2022. Green Tree Lane, that ended up closing at 575. That was down 4 point, yeah. So that was listed at originally 640. Then they put it back on the market at 6, and then it closed for 575. Woodside closed for 488.88. Fun little price, and we can see if that went above or below. That one went above asking, and so that was listed at 459. Sabine, that 11 sold for 655, and that was above asking as well. You can see that lasted a week, and that was listed at 619. 3 Tower Lane, 775. That one was under, so that lasted 12 days, and it was originally listed at 850, and then it had a price drop, and then it went to 775. And then Brookhurst, this one closed for 365. That went above asking as well. It was on the market just 3 days. Listed at 340 basically. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So as you can see, there is a decent-ish amount of activity, like at least there's some. The winter months will probably see a slowdown, and hopefully there's more and more inventory coming, because there's a whole lot of buyers that really want to get in Narberth and Penn Valley. So if you have been thinking of moving and you don't know where to start, or if you just have questions or you want an opinion about something, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help out, see if I can help you in any way. My contact info should be at the bottom of this email. And also, this video is on YouTube. If you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate that. It would help me out. If not, no worries at all. And that's it. All right, thanks and have a good one.